Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, to take a look at your upcoming weekend's weather as we head on into August. And for the most part, we're going to see temperatures about normal, maybe even a little bit above normal, where temperatures are going to be a little bit below normals, where you're going to see some precipitation, and that's mainly going to be along the eastern half of the country. We'll get to that in just a moment, but here on your Saturday, you can see temperatures pretty warm across the central U.S. Again, we have some pockets of where some temperatures about normal. Again, this is where we're going to start seeing some precipitation along the Great Lakes, along the lower Mississippi Valley, down around Texas, Houston. You've just been pummeled with a lot of rain there for you, and the Pacific Northwest. Now, as far as Sunday is concerned, this batch of yellow that we saw down in the lower Mississippi Valley starts migrating northward, and this is again going to be some rain, some showers, possibly some thunderstorms in portions of the Midwest, Great Lakes region. That will be pushing its way towards the east. We need rain in this area here, right around Virginia. You're seeing a little bit of a drought there. I think we're going to be getting some over the next couple of days. But notice these temperatures here in the central U.S. pretty warm. Now, that's on Sunday. Let's jump right now to Wednesday, and what we're starting to see now is a larger area of some very hot weather drying out again in the central U.S., and again, we're going to start seeing some potential drought conditions there for you, if not already. But temperatures are going to start warming up here in the central U.S., and it looks like that could be pushing its way a little bit towards the east. Now, as far as precipitation is concerned, here on our Saturday, down along the lower half of the Mississippi River Valley on into Tennessee River Valley and portions of the Ohio River Valley. This is on Saturday. Lots of rain again along the Gulf Coast, streaming a little bit towards the north. Fairly dry off to the west and up to the north. And as we head on into your Sunday, that area does move towards the Midwest. The Ohio Valley looked like there will be some showers and thunderstorms. And once again, you can't rule out the possibility of seeing some isolated severe weather, but no real major severe weather outbreak that I could see at this point, and fairly dry up into the northeast and along the southeast here as well. As we head on into your next Wednesday now, again, we're going to jump from Sunday right to Wednesday, middle of next week. We have another system moving on in, but notice the trend here. Pretty dry off towards the west, and that's going to allow temperatures to start really warming up. Again, I think we're going to see a pretty nice little heat wave there for you, and we could be looking at a little bit of severe weather here in the Great Lakes up towards the Canadian border, down into the Tennessee Valley. We're going to have to watch something out here in the Gulf of Mexico later on next week, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But the National Weather's 6 to 10 day outlook, working our way into the first week of August, shows again lots of warm air off to the west. Remember that Wednesday map showing a pocket of some hot weather, and it looks like that's going to happen. And it's going to be a little bit normal or even a little bit below normal in this area, mainly begin of precipitation. And this is the National Weather Service 6 to 10 day outlook. Above normal along the eastern third of the country, below normal there in the central U.S., and that's again is where we're going to start seeing all that big heat build up. The tropics, pretty quiet up until this point with the exception of Beryl, but this is for next Friday, a week from today. Fairly quiet across most of the Atlantic basin, with the exception there in the Caribbean. We are going to see a disturbance. We have a large area of high pressure here helping to suppress things, a lot of African dust as well. But there's a weakness right here in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. Right now, the models continue to push it towards the west, maybe a little bit towards the northwest. We have to keep an eye on that area as we head on into the latter part of next week. But after that, pretty quiet once again, and that's the way we want to keep it, at least here in the southeast, because the last thing we need is a major hurricane affecting us at that point. But again, as you can see, fairly quiet. That's your weekend update. I'm George, the Weather Dad.